Hello class, my name is Manuel Urban and here is my week 4 discussion topic. For this assignment I focused my efforts on question B, which takes a closer look at performance appraisals within an organization, the main points of controversy, the best performance appraisal approach I personally have come across in a work setting, and as well as my thoughts on the 360-degree feedback approach. So to begin this assignment, I just wanted to start off by defining a performance appraisal. As we all know and read this week, a performance appraisal is the process by which a manager or even a consultant examines and evaluates an employee's work behavior by comparing it with preset organizational standards. Then they then document the results of the comparison and use these results to provide feedback to the employee to show where improvements are needed and why. Performance appraisals are employed to determine who needs what training and who will be promoted, demoted, retained, or even in some cases let go or fired. Conventional appraisal processes typically involve setting objectives for a certain period of time, typically for the upcoming year. Either unilaterally or jointly by the manager with his or her subordinate. Our text does describe many different points of controversies that lie within traditional performance appraisals among both managers and workers. And here is a few that are stated in our textbook. The first one was they tend to foster mediocrity and discourage risk-taking. They focus on short-term and measurable results, thereby discouraging long-term planning or thinking and ignoring important behaviors that are more difficult to measure. One that I really liked was it said that they focus on the individual and therefore tend to discourage or destroy teamwork within and between departments, which I can completely get. Typically in a performance appraisal, everyone is pretty much just looking out for themselves. At the end of a quarter or at the end of a year, their only concern is how they were doing. Did they meet their standards, their quotas? Will they be getting maybe a bonus or a raise at the end of the year based on their results? And they typically shy away from any sort of teamwork because having to deal with other individuals within your group may bring your work processes down or your results down. And in terms of performance appraisal, typically it's, I guess everybody kind of sees it as a dog-eat-dog world, and they're only worried about themselves. And also they fail to distinguish between factors that are within the employee's control and system-determined factors that are beyond their control as well. So moving on to the topic of the 360-degree feedback. The 360-degree feedback is a method and a tool that provides each employee the opportunity to receive performance feedback, not only from their managers or their top subordinate, but from his or her supervisor, and up to 4 to 8 peers, reporting staff members, coworkers, and even sometimes customers. Most 360-degree feedback tools are also responded to by which individual in a self-assessment. So not only are your peers, subordinates, managers, and coworkers they're not the only ones evaluating you. You're actually evaluating yourself at the end of all this too. The feedback provides insights into the skills and behaviors desired in an organization to accomplish the mission, vision, and goals, and live the values of the organization. The feedback is firmly planted in behaviors needed to exceed customer expectations. I did find some benefits of the 360-degree feedback through some online research, and the first one that I found was that it increases self-awareness. And one of the most important benefits of the employee receiving a 360-degree feedback is increased self-awareness because participants are given a complete report that includes their strengths and areas for improvement for them to work on. The second is it holds a balanced view. Third, it leverages strengths. The 360 reviews are key to identifying employee strengths. Unearthing strengths is important for acknowledgement and also for personal improvement. Identifying strengths in a particular competency allows for the creation of a tailored development and training plan. It also uncovers blind spots that you may not have noticed within your working career, and it actually develops your skills clearly. Let's see, and as far as the question relating to the best appraisal method I have witnessed within my work, so I've been working for a smaller privately owned organization for the past 8 years. We maybe have about 7 to 8 employees, so we don't really have a very large scale organization where we need to hire and bring somebody on in order to do performance appraisals. So the way that I received any sort of feedback, I would actually meet once every quarter with the owner, myself, as well as our employees, in order to receive any sort of feedback, any criticisms, any thoughts, or any just inputs that they would have pertaining to the organization. They would let me know. I would guess you could say it's kind of like a 360 degree. I'm getting inputs from the owner, my coworkers, and any referrals that they even gotten from our customers and how to make the organization better. So we kind of take all of those together. We sit down in a group, and we think we pull together all of our strengths, our weaknesses, and what we can do in order to improve the organization as a whole. So I've never really been a part of a straightforward performance appraisal where I'm questioned in certain areas at the end of like a year or quarter, but this is the only way that I've been receiving feedback for the past 8 years. So hopefully in my next job I'll receive a different sort of process in order to receive my performance appraisals. So thank you all for hearing me out, and look forward to discussing with you throughout this week.